up here at the workshop where I am going to be working on the soon-to-be Rotary-powered Z3. That's right, if this is the first time watching, this car will soon have a 13B Mazda Rotary engine in it, and if you're looking for more on that, check out some of my other videos. But today, we are doing a big brake upgrade, which is going to future-proof it for that extra power that we're going to be getting from the 13B engine. But what that means is finding a solution. So the big brakes I've gone for are actually from a BMW E46 3 Series. So that came after this car, and it's the 330i model, so one under the M3. And what that's going to mean is much bigger calipers, and they actually bolt straight onto the Z3 with the bigger hangers. But of course that means bigger rotors, or discs if you're in the UK, and better pads. So I've gone down the EBC route to get slotted discs, and we're going BlueStuff pads because they are road legal here in the UK. And remember, I want to keep this road legal to be able to take it to shows. And so that's important, but they're also perfect for use out on track. So the perfect balance. They work from cold. They're really great at high temperature. Got a load of other goodies, and let's get to it. Let me show you those. Here we go. EBC brakes. Couldn't find a knife, so screwdriver it is. A nice fresh set of EBC BlueStuff pads. And here is the disc of choice. This is EBC's BSD disc, the new calipers. So the plan is to get these cleaned up here on the workbench. We've got some Motel RBF 660, and this is racing. See that? Racing brake fluid, racing. We've got the paint kit. Now, you're not really going to be able to see the brakes, so I'm not that worried. It's just going to help me tidy it up. So I went for a graphite grey. I've picked up some braided hoses. Now, these are for an E46. Obviously, that's not an E46, but the caliper is. So we had these in stock. We didn't have the Z3 ones, just kicking them out on the shelf. So try them out. So I've mentioned a few times across the course of these videos about these brakes screeching, and I've said you can probably hear it on camera. If you haven't, you will now because, well, I've just managed to get the rear rotor off that houses the handbrake shoes, and well, bits and bobs came out, a spring and a pin, and the pin is the problem. And the pin, it should be in like that, just there, and isn't, because we've got a hole here. So this one, yeah, that's not good. So that's the problem we've got. This rear handbrake shoe assembly situation is a nightmare. I'm gonna get the grinder out. It's now tomorrow, it's that late. So yeah, past midnight now, so I've called it a day, and you can see by the state of my face that it was just getting beyond the joke. But we have successfully done one side of the handbrake. Time for a quick story. I'm in the middle of the brake upgrade on the Z3. I'm just working on the car in the evenings. It's taken a few. The handbrake issue we had was a bit of a disaster, changing those backing plates. But today, I'm getting on to the E46 brake caliper, brake disc, and brake pad upgrade on the front to give it more stopping power. But I wasn't expecting to do it today. The issue I had was, well, my daily driver, the van, the springs have snapped on that this morning. Big old bang, bop, that's gone. So that's got to get fixed, which means I've got to get this back on the road tonight to be able to drive it tomorrow to get to, well, work. Luckily, I've roped in the big guns. Julian, my father-in-law, he is going to give me a hand to hopefully make this a bit of a quicker job. Okay, so whilst Jay is working on adjusting the rear handbrake, I'm going to tackle the front brake, and you can see just why. Solid disc here, tiny. Let's get that changed for the big one. Okay, so the old stuff came off really easy. It's literally just 2 bolts for the carrier there. Lift the whole thing off, take your disc off, disconnect the line from the hard pipe there. Got a rag just to catch that. But then over here we go, the new stuff's laid out. You can see the difference. That is old disc versus new disc. These have been sat in the workshop for a couple of days, so they have got a couple of little rust marks, but that'll just come straight off. Here's the new caliper, big difference. And then, of course, BlueStuff pads. All right, little update. So the disc is on and it fits the treat. So confirmed, E46 330i discs fit. We've got everything ready now. I mean, it looks awesome, that disc, so aggressive. And then over to here, we've got the caliper fully assembled. Everything's in, painted up nicely. Braided stainless lines from Goodrich are on. Let's get it fitted. And I'm covered in stuff somehow. All right, so it's on and it looks awesome. Everything fits as it should. One thing we've got to do though is test fit the wheel on it. Now I was running wheel spacers, so I'm going to put that back on. Just line that up. There we go. All right. Everything feels like it's running nice and smooth there. Off of the wheel up, the moment of truth, everybody. Okay. Let's see if it fits. Supposed to fit with a 17-inch wheel on this. And it looks, to me, like it fits perfect. Like a glove. No rubbing. Happy days. And that's it. Finally done. Bit of a disaster with the handbrake. It's like 9 o'clock at night. It's absolutely freezing. We're gonna go in, get a brew, and then yeah, take this home, bed the brakes in, because I've got to daily drive this for the next few days whilst we sort the suspension out on the van next. Look at the state of that. It's pushed the spring inside itself. Crazy. Big bang that was. Upgrading here to Bilstein's with Vogtland springs. I'll let work take care of this one though, because it was time to get the Z3 out on the track, and we're going to see that in the next one.